Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Stack Sats Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. Wow, I had some good time off, guys. I was still stacking though, and it's wild because when you think about it, the title for today's show is "Own Bitcoin or Own Nothing." Stuff's hitting the fan. Stuff is hitting the fan. You see that Saudi Arabia is not renewing the contract to price oil in dollars. That's been around since Nixon. So the dollar is definitely losing its space or its position as the I guess the world currency, right? I'm not saying it'll happen quickly. It might happen quickly, but you gotta get that value that you're saving out of the dollar and into something that's gonna hold value for you when that happens. So that's Bitcoin. Okay, so own Bitcoin or own nothing is the topic. I did some changes to our Satoshi tracker, and we'll review those. And again, we're gonna buy some sats today, and just have a good Friday episode, chill episode. So let's get started with the first segment of the show. And of course, we'll play some DCA to BTC a little bit later. What up, DCA? What up, Carlos Aramillo in the house? Round of applause from the live studio audience. Satwise, what up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the good wishes, dude. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're trying to do Monday through Friday. Yes, this week was a little bit busy, but we'll be back at it. Still stacking though. We're buying Bitcoin on the show to make it easy for people to just see that it's doable, and that you don't have to be a genius to start stacking. And once you understand the concept of inflation and how it steals from us, it's an easy realization that if you don't own Bitcoin, you're gonna own nothing. And we'll jump a little bit more into that during the Why We Stack segment. But let's get into the first segment of the show, and that is the set strength. All right, we're going to use timechainstats.com to get the price of Bitcoin today. Well, I was at 63 earlier today, but at $64,171.88. Crazy. It's crazy. So today, for a single dollar, you can own 1,558 Satoshis. What a bargain. What is a Satoshi? A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar has 100, just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. Therefore, when you see the price of Bitcoin, don't be discouraged and think, oh man, I'm priced out. It's 64,000. How am I going to save up for that? Well, that's the beauty of Bitcoin. You don't save to buy Bitcoin. You save in Bitcoin. And the amount of value you save into Bitcoin is magically shielded from inflation and from debasement. And so the more value you put into Bitcoin, the better off you'll be in the future, because it appreciates over time and increases in purchasing power. Simple as that. I relieved myself. I relieved myself of 50-50 fiat dollars for over 70,000 sats on the dip today. Wow, that's nice, dude. Nice purchase there. I'm about to try to live next month on a BTC. Oh, live live. I'm about to try to live on a BTC standard next month. I think you could do it. Carlos. Let's talk about that a little bit during the Why We Stack Summit. The BTC standard, living on the Bitcoin standard, because I don't think it's gonna happen all at once. People are gonna just decide to do it, and it's gonna happen gradually, right? All right, let me get rid of this little message. All right, so that is the price of Bitcoin, the purchasing power of the dollar. Today, you need to spend more weaker dollars to buy the same amount of Satoshis. Let's say you're walking on the street, minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day you'll have 15.59 satoshis for a single penny. It's just another way to look at things, guys. Nothing crazy. That is the set strength. Like we saw the price. I don't know what the Bitcoin price is gonna do, guys. You know, I can't control if the Bitcoin price is gonna go up. I can't control if the Bitcoin price is gonna go down. I can tell you that it will go up and it will go down. The only thing I can control is how many satoshis I have in my wallet that I have the keys for, and nobody else can say anything about. Right? That's the only thing I control. So whether the price is up or the price is down, I'm in this stuff for the long term. You might be in it for a different reason, to make money. That's fine, right? To trade it to make more melting ice cubes, but not me. I'm in it to hold it for forever, since it's the scarcest thing we can own. And when I see the price come down like this, it's I don't see it as a negative necessarily. I see it as a wow. I know how much this stuff is worth. It's such a good value. I'm gonna buy as much as I can at these prices, right? And I'm still gonna continue to stack when the price is up. I'm still gonna continue to do my dollar cost average, as you guys have seen here on the show. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Leonard. What up, Leonard? Good to see you. Right, so it basically continues, right? Because I know that whatever value I'm holding in paper money is gonna get debased, and so let's jump into why we stack for a little bit, because let's talk about living on the Bitcoin standard and how you gotta own Bitcoin or own nothing. All right, let's jump into that real quick. Why we stack. All right, so we're gonna keep it super simple. We're gonna do the first a short version. Okay. We save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is like going back in time and giving yourself a continuously increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked, for as long as you hold the Bitcoin that represents that time. That is a short answer. That is a quick elevator pitch to anybody that's interested in learning about Bitcoin. Somebody asks you, what is Bitcoin? It's that. It's the ability to actually retain the value of the work you've done and not get it leached away by continuous money printing and spending by the government that prints the same paper money that they use and force us to transact in, right? When we talk about moving to the Bitcoin standard, there's different ideas for what the Bitcoin standard is, but one of the best ones I've seen and I agree with is oh my gosh, The Price of Tomorrow. Remind me of the author, Adam Booth. Adam Booth. I hope I'm not messing up the name. Let me see. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, it's Jeff Booth. Jeff Booth. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, Jeff. It's Jeff Booth. So The Price of Tomorrow, Jeff Booth. Awesome book. Check it out. But basically, the transition into the Bitcoin standard will not happen at the same time across the whole world, right? It's going to happen on the individual level, person by person. Eventually, we will hit critical mass where it feels like most of the world, where it feels like the world is on the Bitcoin standard, when you're able to have the option to transact in Bitcoin or fiat money, right? But you don't have to wait for that day to come to put yourself in the Bitcoin standard, right? Because the way that it works is it's just a matter of how you hold the value that you work for. If you are getting paid and immediately buying Bitcoin at whatever price you're getting, and then you're from that converting back some of that back to fiat to pay your bills or whatever, whenever you need to pay your bills, then you're in essence living on the Bitcoin standard, right? If you're basically it's taking any value that you would need to hold for long term and putting it in Bitcoin, you're basically living the Bitcoin standard, right? Um, oh, what up, dude? Good to see you in here. BTC Moon Guy in the house. Round of applause from the live studio audience for BTC Moon Guy. What up? Hey, happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday, everybody. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And so, I think the sooner you get into the Bitcoin standard, the sooner you get on that Bitcoin standard, like the more affordable your life becomes. Honestly, it's weird to experience that. And I think it's a good segue into showing you guys what I've been doing with the spreadsheet for our buys here for the show. I'm planning on I'm planning to separate most of my fixed prices and direct deposit on my bank account and the rest. Exactly. Do you have the ability to, Carlos? You just gotta make sure you have the ability to sell some Bitcoin so you can cover the costs of the things you need to pay for, right? Oh, nice. The lady at the cafeteria now takes Bitcoin, so food is sorted. There you go. There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's interesting. I like what you're doing there. Worst case scenario, I have to convert it back. Yeah, exactly. Worst case scenario, you have to convert it back to fiat. Yep. And now it becomes the question goes from like how much cash should I keep on hand? Like how much petty cash should you keep on hand? But if you've individually gone out and orange pilled vendors around your neighborhood, you're in essence like pushing the whole Bitcoin standard. You're expanding you're helping the Bitcoin standard happen, right? Because now that vendor, that cafeteria lady, that cafeteria where they're willing to take to accept payment in Bitcoin, give it like a month, right? And like that Bitcoin's gonna be worth more. She might, I don't know how orange pilled she is, but she will start to see that when she gets paid in Bitcoin, it's like going back in time and selling you that sandwich or that what's the most common food item you like from that cafeteria, Carlos, right? She's gonna realize that she sold you that item for whatever, $5, $5 something, five paper bills, and by you paying in Bitcoin, she in essence came back in time and charged you $8 for that piece of food or for that item, right? And then she'll start to see the potential, and then she'll start to speak with her friends, and maybe she'll become more successful doing this cafeteria thing. Maybe she opens a second store. I don't know, right? The point is, people will notice that she is appearing to get ahead of the other food vendors, other restaurants, right? Or more profitable. Wow, how is she more profitable than that? And then maybe she'll show the story, right? And then that'll inspire other businesses in your area to also start accepting Bitcoin, right? Next thing you know, a good part of your town accepts Bitcoin thanks to you, right? That helps you live on the Bitcoin standard, so you don't have to hold any debasing money at all, right? And you've in essence put yourself on. You've in essence entered the Bitcoin standard. You've set it up there and locally for yourself, right? And at a certain point, it'll get to a level where, you'll start to get that notoriety for that town being on the Bitcoin standard, and you'll start having people just visiting there just for the sake of supporting vendors that are on the Bitcoin standard and seeing what it's like to be in a place that's on the Bitcoin standard, right? So it's really cool. It's really cool. She will convert the money for her costs back to USD and keep the profits. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, it's at that point she's like Michael Saylor, right? She's her treasury reserve asset for her business becomes Bitcoin. Just like my treasury reserve asset as an individual is Bitcoin, right? So it's super cool. It's super cool to see that slowly happening, and it goes to show you that each one of us can play a big role. You know, you don't have to be a huge corporation or even a big channel to inspire a business, or even to inspire somebody to start saving in Bitcoin, or to orange pill a business to start accepting Bitcoin. That's awesome. That's super cool. Super cool. Anyway, that's cool. We'll do a round of applause from live studio audience for Carlos for orange pill in that cafeteria, and keep us updated. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah. So living on the Bitcoin standard, yeah, I'll take it. And it's wild. On the past few days, I've had yeah, it is scary, Carlos. It is scary. Yeah, and if it's not feasible at this point, then I wouldn't worry about it. You know, just continue to do with what you were doing before, where you just keep some cash on hand for your expenses or whatever, your day to day, and you save in Bitcoin, like we've been saying, just saving it. I've seen people use, like, for example, this app. Where is it? And I don't know how useful this would be to you, Carlos, but I think the app is called the Bitcoin company. It's got like a badger logo. And I think in the app, the Bitcoin company, they let you can buy you can have Bitcoin on the account, and then they sell you like $100, $200 gift cards, or no, not gift cards, Visa cards. So you in essence are holding Bitcoin, and if you need to make an expense, as long as the vendor accepts a card reader, like the tap function, to the tap function reader, it'll just appear as a credit card, and you basically can hold Bitcoin, and then if you need to make an emergency expense, you don't have the cash on hand, like the bills, then you just quickly buy a $100 Visa card. It's a one-time use, and you tap it, and it pays. Yeah, their card works with the biggest food delivery chain. Okay, cool. Oh, there you go. Oh, it does work. Cool. Oh, but it's gotta be okay. Interesting. That's cool. That's awesome. Thanks for the updates on that. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, so for us, I've been stacking like a maniac, to the point where I stacked a little too hard on my what is it called? I stacked a little too hard on my Strike app, and it put me in a timeout. My payday was yesterday, and I stacked a couple extra sats, and I didn't overdraft. It's just that they saw that it wasn't. I timed it, like I was off by like maybe an hour or two. So now I'm in Strike timeout until my last purchase clears. Oh no, they said that one of my purchases didn't clear, so I had to like deposit the amount of money, and it said it won't be available for me to purchase on Strike for another 1 to 5 business days. Can you believe that? So that's on me. You know, sometimes when you're stacking on the razor's edge, trying to take it to the limit, right? Because I'd rather hold as much Bitcoin as possible. And when my paycheck is coming, you know, it's like, all right, well, do I? And of course the price has been dropping too. So I'm like, oh man, I'm just gonna. So anyway, long story short, I'm locked out. And I can still log in and everything, but I can't buy it today, right? So I'm gonna buy through a different exchange, not Swan, but probably just as bad. But anyway, we will make a buy today. You just have to take my word for it, and we'll just update the information on the spreadsheet when we get to that part of the show. Okay. Anyway, so that's why I'm not buying with Strike today. But as soon as this clears, I'll be back on Strike. Okay. I love Strike so far. It's pretty good. All right. Now that all the house cleaning is done and we're all caught up, let's get into the stack recap. Stack recap. Because we don't only talk about stacking sats, we stack sats recklessly. Stacking sats recklessly since Right? That's right. That's right. We gotta stack what we can. And when the value, it's like you're walking down the street, right? And somebody has a for sale sign on I don't know, let's say a mint road bike, right? And nothing appears to be wrong with it. But for whatever reason, there's a sign for it, and it's for sale for $1, right? And you know that if you just took that bike and just parted it out and sold the wheels, you'd make your dollar back easily. So whenever I see the price of Bitcoin come down like this, that's kind of the mentality I have. It's like, oh my God, it's so cheap right now. And even at 70, I feel like it's so cheap right now, but even more at 63 or 62, whatever, 64, however far down it goes. The further down it goes, the more that sense of instead of having that sense of fear, which is what they want you to have, so you sell at the bottom. I feel more of a sense of greed, which is backwards. I feel more of a sense of like, oh my God, it's on sale. So anyway, all right. So in 2024, we've saved $3,367 in Bitcoin. And it's currently worth about $3,929. On our sheet, I changed this from amount of Bitcoin purchased to it was supposed to be amount of dollars saved, but I changed it to paid. And then now, instead of just trying to see the whole number here, percentage wise, how much it's worth, right? Now each line includes that information for that purchase. So for example, the purchase we did January 1st is actually has increased about $9, right? So you bought $20, it cost us $20.20, and now that purchase has gone up and it's worth $29.17, right? So it's pretty cool, a different way to look at it, right? And yeah, it's pretty cool. Any one of these lines, right? Let's say on the day of January 8th, that lady at the cafeteria sold Carlos 2 sandwiches for $20 in Bitcoin, right? It would have cost Carlos 42,068 satoshis for those 2 sandwiches, right? And now that lady would be holding $57 worth of value instead of the $20 worth of value, right? So it's like going back in time and charging you more for that sandwich she already sold you, right? So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I did this same thing for all of the buys. Our lowest purchase of the year was at $39,237. We did an $80 buy, and that $80 is now worth about $126, right? If we were to sell it, but we don't plan on selling it. Okay, stack recap for the full amount for the year is well, it looks like, oh, we haven't done yet. We haven't done the full. We might be at a quarter Bitcoin for the show, guys. Let's figure it out right now. The cheapest buy we had since we started the show was at $25,151 Bitcoin. We spent $25.25, and that $25.25 is basically worth $63 today. About 99,000 satoshis right there. So that's awesome. Oh my gosh, it makes it that. So when I look at this information, this is only a year ago, right? And I think to myself, damn, why wouldn't I stack like a psychopath today? Because this could be the same story of a year from now, right? This is a year in the past. Today we are in the present, and a year from now, we'll look back at today and say, God dang it, why did I only stack $5 a day when Bitcoin was 27,360, right? Right now, I'm stacking $20 a day, right? And I might look back and say, God dang it, why was I only stacking $20 a day when Bitcoin was at 64,000, right? And just the way it is, right? So that's why I've been pushing I've been pushing the limits of my of both my uh offer up selling and my just like pushing it to every paycheck. Anyway, so the cheapest buy was, again, the cheapest buy we did in 2023 was at 25,000. Yeah, we just did that one. And then one of the biggest buys we did for episode 100 of the show was for $1,000. Just like, I remember it was a local high. It had just dipped and then it came back up, and we bought at the highest point for that month or for that week. No, probably for that week. Let's see. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, see, it went up a little bit more. But at the time, it was a local high. $35,597 Bitcoin. We bought $1,000 worth, and that's almost doubled. Pretty close to it. So, and that wasn't even that wasn't even a year ago. That's like 7 months ago. 6-7 months ago, right? So I show you guys these numbers not to flex, but it's just a way for you guys to start to see that hey, I'm not over here making up numbers. These are all purchases we've done on the show. And there's an episode for, I would say, 90% of our buys on this spreadsheet. There's episode 4 on this channel. You can watch the day we bought it and the things we were saying and the actual purchase. Most of the time, you can actually watch the purchase happen on the screen. Okay, so these are not made up numbers. These are all legit buys that we did live during the streams. And again, as a way to proof out the concept for myself publicly, and for my friends and family to see it, to actually, if they wanted to look at the numbers and see, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know if that stuff works. All right, look, I did it for a year straight. We're in 57. Even now that the Bitcoin price is down a little bit, we're still in 57% gains, right? And again, I know that you probably can buy some stocks that'll give you that much gain, right? But you can't take self-custody of your stocks. You can't take that and put it into your own wallet. It's confiscatable. It's seizable if it's not Bitcoin. So that's what, going back to the heading of the today's show, own Bitcoin or own nothing. You might think you own that stuff. You might think you own your house. You might think you own some property. But say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, and that stuff kind of just gets taken away from you by the guys with the guns, right? All right. So that is the stack recap. It's kind of a little bit of a long one, right? Let's do the buy for today. And even though we just talked about a $20 buy being maybe too little, we're going to stick with the program because we don't want to buy too much on the show, because it might price somebody out of being inspired to buy. Okay. So today is 6/21/24. Oops. And we're going to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin on an undisclosed app. You just have to take my word for it. I'll put you guys will get to see the amount once I populate the spreadsheet. Where is this? Is it here? Sorry guys, I have a jet flying overhead. The sound of freedom. There it is. Transfer. Jesus, loud. Usually they don't linger that long. Maybe I'm getting bombed. Let's see. Okay, there it goes. Maybe there was multiple. Here we go. All right. Just trying to remember how to put the money in this account. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna put the. I think I'm queued up, ready to go. Let me turn on the music and introduce that segment, I guess, because now it's time, I guess, to do the last thing of the show, which is it's time to buy some sats. All right, here we go. Page. Comes to the screen over here. What's the price at right now? 63,861. What a deal. What a deal. Okay, I'm doing max. Boom. Okay, price is 63,860. See if it goes. 63. Gonna go? Let's see if that goes. All right, there it goes. All right, we got it. We got in at 63,865. Looks like 63,865. I know, guys. It's not as thrilling as having the swan screen up. I know, but the music's so good. And we can populate this sheet with a buy that we just did. There we go. Okay, so we bought at 63. It's amazing. 63,865. Let's go. It's a pretty good buy. But we paid $20. Or we bought $20 worth. And well, that's how much it's worth now. So we're going to copy that one. Bam. And it's how many satoshis? 0.000. There it is. 31911. Boom, 31,911 satoshis added. Okay, that's right there. Okay, that's good. That's right there. And then put this here. Put it on the main one. The cumulative sheet for the whole show. That's wild. Boom. Okay, and that gets us to. Oh, that's interesting, Carlos. By person to person. Okay, I like it. Change this here. Okay, so that is done. And now we can go back to the very top and see if we actually have a quarter of a Bitcoin yet for the whole show. Let's see. The total is here. So copy that. And where's my calculator over here? So that one plus, plus the amount that we stacked for our 100 stacks challenge. Oh, is that it? No. Is that right? So 100 stacks challenge is 0.07584. Okay. Oh, we're not there yet, but we're so close. The new total BTC holdings for the show, when we include the BTC from the 100 stacks challenge is point 2448. So what's that? 24 million satoshis, right? Yeah, 24 million satoshis. Yeah, 24 million satoshis means 100 million satoshis to get a 1 Bitcoin. So 24 million satoshis, almost a quarter of a Bitcoin. We're getting close. We're getting close. You're telling me there's a chance. Hold on a second. Wonder what happens if, let's see. We need 51,014 satoshis to hit a quarter of a Bitcoin for the show. That's not bad. So at this rate, we'll hit it in a couple of days, in 2 days, maybe Tuesday. Tuesday we should be at a quarter of a Bitcoin, which is pretty significant, you know, since yeah, it's pretty good. Happy with that. I'm happy with that. All right. So let's jump into the last segment of the show, Q&A. If anybody has any questions for me, put it in the chat. If you don't, well then, it's okay. Let's see. Oh, nice, dude. Nice, Leonard. No worries. Online only though. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's perfect. All right, so I have a question for you guys, and in part, this is for me to be able to make more stuff that I might be able to sell to stack more sats. Honestly, that's what it's about. Okay, so I'm selling stuff in the garage. I'm doing side jobs where I can find them, and of course, stacking my salary where I can. But I'm also making Bitcoin stuff, like Bitcoin shirts, Bitcoin sweaters, Bitcoin hats, right? What is out there is pretty good, right? But what are you missing? What Bitcoin stuff do you need that's like apparel? Like, just do you even wear Bitcoin stuff? That's a good question. Do you even wear Bitcoin stuff? If you do wear Bitcoin stuff, like some people, there's like two camps. One camp is, maybe more than two camps, but that's the way I see it. Some people don't like to wear Bitcoin stuff because it makes them a target in the future. If people know you own Bitcoin, they might, like, I don't know, kidnap you or something, right? And some people wear Bitcoin stuff because they want to be able to let people know that if you have a question about Bitcoin, like, I'm open to speaking about it and basically open to orange pill anybody that's interested, right? So I'm on that second group. Like, I wear Bitcoin hats, I wear Bitcoin shirt, I talk about Bitcoin loudly in public places. I talk about inflation. What's called loud talk in public spaces about inflation and how it works. And then if somebody asks me, I'll sit there and orange pill them if I have to, right? But what do you guys say? Do you guys wear Bitcoin stuff? If you do, what do you need? Do you need a Bitcoin hat, shorts? I'm thinking about even doing a shirt for the show, like doing a Stack Stats show shirt, and maybe do something like that. I don't know. It's just another revenue stream for me to, again, stack more sats. But all right, since I don't see any questions, and I've run out of things to say, let's start wrapping up the show with a little music. Man, that is so loud. There it is. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in today. Round of applause from a live studio audience for BTC. Moon Guy, thanks for tuning in. Leonard, Carlos Aramillo, thanks for tuning in. Oh, Carlos, I'm doing the upgrade of my Apollo BTC generation, the one generation before yours, I'm doing the update to the new firmware, the new OS today. So hopefully I can set it up as a you know, for solo mining. So that's pretty cool. Satwise, thanks for joining us today. Also, did I get everybody? Yeah, I got everybody. Awesome. All right, boys. I'll let you know how that upgrade goes through. Oh, really? Yeah, I did. 1.18. Yep. Cool. All right, gentlemen. I'll see you guys tomorrow. No, I'll see you guys next week. Wow, it's already the weekend. I'll see you guys next week on Monday. Have a great weekend. And remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Bye, guys.